Hello everyone! Welcome to another episode of Coffee Talk. I have hair stuck in my ear. It is Wednesday, September 27th, 2023. Not for realsies, but in the game. Okay. World Golem Culture Center grand opening to be held in Bhutan. Lunar cell panel prototype ready for first test. Newcomer progressive elven metal band Avathor tops US music charts. Cool. Let's see. All the ingredients are stocked up, and the weather is keeping quiet. Looks like a good night to listen to some stories. Wait. Don't tell me who it is yet. Oh, it's Gala. Hi. Alright. Oh, and Hyde? Ooh. Damn, son. Dinner with my team! Look at that little dude. The yellow dude. Alright. Normal schedule. Cool. Cute! I love your hair. Taking an easy day because of self-care. Wait, sorry, because self-care is important. Don't forget to take a good rest every once in a while, too, everyone. Nice show. Is fidget spinner really that lame now? Have you ever heard the story that wows so you try to go for your dreams? Because you're so inspired to do something or anything? Share your story. I don't know why, but that made me feel like that kid that's like, did you ever wish you could, you would, you do, you wish you could. And then at the end he's like, heh. I don't know, that's what it reminded me of. Anyways, what's left on what's left on the bar counter? Can I borrow your lighter? Sure, have at it. Cheers, mate. You waiting for someone? Maybe, maybe not. I guess, who knows now. Jeez, man, sorry to hear that. Tell you what, next round's on me. You sure about that? Well, I'll take it then. No worries. Sorry about your situation, man. This is a good bar, so drink on, leave your sadness at the bar counter. Oh, so drink on, leave your sadness at the bar counter. That's what they always say, right? Huh, amen to that. Yep, come on, here's to a good bar and to an unexpected company, eh? Interesting thing you said earlier, leave your sadness at the counter. You do that often? Here? Yeah, this bar's good. Bartender's kind, and they won't kick me out if I drink too much, so yeah. Now, hopefully if you cause a ruckus, they kick you out, though, because that's not very nice. Where do you think it goes after you leave it here? The sadness? Huh, interesting philosophical question you got there, man. Somewhere far away, hopefully, never to come back. But what if it does? Then we steal up and order another drink, then another and another, until either the sadness gives up or their livers do, I guess. Tough life you got, huh? Well, Sisyphus and the boulder, you know. I mean, what other choice do we have? None, I guess. Yep, that's just how it is. I gotta go now. Interesting chat we had, huh? Tell you what, maybe this is the whiskey talking, but it felt like hanging out with an old friend, mate. Forget about that person you were waiting for, and hopefully I'll see you here again sometime, okay? Sure, man. I'm always here for you. After all, you're the one who left me at this counter, right? Dun dun dun! Holy shit. He was talking to his shadnish. Good evening, Mr. Hyde, Mr. Gala. Why y'all staring at me ominously like you be doing? Nice to see you two. How'd it go at the hospital today? Well, it was fine, except I was a little exhausted. Goodness, are you having issues with the children again? Also, why? Are you guys having issues between yourselves? What's happening here? No, that's not it. It's just... Did Hyde try to eat the children? Well, for starters, my Fury is giving me a hard time. I am recording, okay. Your Fury, is it the full moon already? Nope, but I sometimes get pre-Fury symptoms. Me too, bro. Pre-Fury symptoms? Yeah, it's a common thing for werewolves. A few days before the full moon, our bodies start to prepare for Fury. And that changes the way they react to pretty much everything. Symptoms vary depending on who you ask, but it can affect our muscles, our appetite, our energy levels. It can give us headaches and a lot of other stuff. Cramps? Small but annoying. That doesn't sound pleasant. No, to be honest, it's not great. For me, I've been feeling pretty sore and more tired than usual. And a bit crankier as well. Hyde's like, bruh, don't I know it. Is there a drink that could help you with that? I never found one, but if anyone can come up with it, it's you, Mushra. Since a gala can soothe your fury, maybe it would work pre-fury as well? Maybe, but I think it'd need to be more relaxing. Like a Galahad, but with no caffeine. And maybe blue? Ah, okay. So, Galahad is tea, milk, and ginger. So, tea, milk, ginger? Is that correct? Milk, ginger, yeah. Okay. I think that's correct, right? Gala tea instead of a had. Soy of it. Alright, Toma chill. Stories? Nothing new in stories, so something new with Gala. Oh, he got a kitty, how cute. Oh wait, there is the drink. Boop, boop. That, not it, there we go. Boop. Okay. Here you go, a Gala tea for you. Did you come up with these names on the spot, Mushra? Ah, no, it takes a bit of soul searching. To tailor it to the situation and so on. It almost makes it sound like you know in advance what we're going to order. Call it a sixth sense. Sixth sense. Right, let's see how your sixth sense tastes. Wow, this is excellent. Excellent, exactly what I needed. Very happy to hear that. Hyde, you're very quiet. What is happening? What's with the long looks, you two? Did something happen? Actually, Mushra. I guess I'll just come out with it. I need your help. My help? Come on, I wasn't that bad. No, I was so tired today I nearly fell asleep on the job. Ugh. But most importantly, it's not good for you. Moping around, sulking, refusing to look at solutions. I've never seen you like this, and I'm getting worried. There's nothing to worry about. You say that, but then you spend entire nights looking miserable. No advice I came up with is good enough. And Hyde, I'm barely keeping it together as it is. You should know by now how I feel when Fury is about to hit. I take it you two ended up chatting yesterday after all? You bet we did. After I walked out of here, I headed home and found this one, lying on the sofa staring at the ceiling. Looking so gloomy it sucked the color out of the room. And it's not the first time either. It's a constant these days. Please help me help him, Mushra. Are you depressed? I'm at my wit's end. Mr. Hyde? What's happening? Fine. The truth is, I'm bored to death. Or I would be if it wasn't for the whole immortality thing. I'm nearing 40 years old. And I've never been this bored in my entire life. You're only 40? Interesting. You usually make it sound like you're much older. Yeah, I know, right? 40 years old in vampire years. I'm not saying how old that is in other species years. Eyes on the prize, Mushra. Intervention first, gossip later. My apologies. Why are you so bored, Mr. Hyde? My job. What's that? My job! Hey, no need to shout. Well, I'm also irritated about it, okay? Not exactly used to sitting around twiddling my thumbs. But modeling stopped being fun ages ago. You did mention something like that last time. You are trying to leave modeling behind, then? Yeah. Is there a specific reason for that? I mean, he's bored. It's all just so brief. Haha. If you're like an underwear model. Get it? So brief. Back when I started modeling, people thought of fashion in a different way. They wanted to keep their outfits for a while. So they had to be elegant, well-made, and versatile. Dude, for reals! I fucking hate the clothing industry nowadays. Some campaigns that I featured in stayed on billboards for months. And I knew the clothes would last decades. In a way, it felt like I was building a bond with their wearers. I endorsed something that I would feature in their cherished memories. But then social media came and it all became disposable. The clothes themselves, of course, but the models even more. I shoot a campaign, the brand posts it online, and it gets attention for what, 10 minutes? Then another campaign comes in, and everyone's forgotten. Blink and it's gone. There's no bond to be built there. Isn't that changing these days, though, with slow fashion and the like? That's true, and people are getting into vintage clothes, too. I salute that. But the reality of my job remains the same. What about your fans? You have so many people following you. You mentioned that last night, and my answer hasn't changed. Just be a fashion model for slow fashion, maybe? They follow me because they think I'm pretty. Being admired is nice, but it doesn't constitute a bond. So, are you saying that you'd like to leave more of a mark? Seeing a theme here. Maybe so. It would be nice if I did something that people remembered, that became part of their lives in a real way. You do know you have people in your life in a real way, right? People who always remember you? Like me? It's not the same thing. Poor Gala. Maybe you should study to become a doctor or something. That would make a real difference. No, thank you. The job still needs to be fun. Studying for 10 years just to exhaust myself in 14-hour shifts? Do you mistake me for a hard-working vampire? You see what I'm dealing with, Mushra? It does seem to be a thorny issue. Perhaps you'd like to mull it over with a drink in hand, Mr. Hyde. Yeah, that sounds good. Just make me something I like. Anything you've seen me enjoy recently or when we first met. Oh god. I don't know anything that you drink, so I'm gonna shh. Coffee, ginger. Like this. I'm really bad. Unless, even when I worked in the cafe, unless a customer orders the same drink consistently like 5 or more times, typically I'm not gonna be like, your usual, you know? Or like, oh yes, I remember when you had this one drink that isn't your usual. Like, I was so bad at remembering people's drinks unless they would constantly come in and order them. There was one chick though, she was really freaking cool. She worked overnight, so she would come in like last minute, but she would tip every person that was working there $20. Like, we each got $20 tips rather than a $20 split between us. We each got our own $20 bill, which I fucking loved. But she did like a blended cream frappuccino, with like, I think it was like 3 to 5 shots on top of it. And the inner part was like lined with caramel or something, caramel drizzle. And I think there was like a couple pumps of caramel syrup in the frappuccino to give it the flavor, or it was like vanilla or something. I don't remember exactly. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I made this drink. And then you top it with whipped cream and do more caramel drizzle on top of it, but it was like so delicious. I don't know how she invented this drink on like by herself, but I was like, this is delicious, because it was like a deconstructed frappuccino but then put together in a weird way. It was so freaking good. So much better than like an actual frappuccino. It's so delicious. Ugh. Anyways, that was my tangent for this time. Here you go, Mr. Hyde. You seem to like this well enough. Heh. Nice, Mushra. And you lost your bet, Hyde. A bet? When Hyde was wallowing in self-pity yesterday, I told him many people cared about him, and I bet you could remember what he liked, even if he gave you no instructions. So now I get to say that I was right, and Hyde gets to buy me dinner. Date? A date? At a place of my choosing. Go on a date. Ugh. You're going to pick that horrible steakhouse again, aren't you? You know it! Have you won other bets in the past, Mr. Gala? Let's see. You say it, Hyde. He's won every single one of the bets we've ever made. Wow. Yeah, I'm this close to being able to buy a new TV with the money I'm saving on food. Rub it in my face, why don't you? I fucking love them so much together. Oh god, I love them. Oh, hi everyone. Sorry, I was drinking. Hey, Lua. Hi, Lua. Busy night, I see. Hi, Miss Lua. Busy and lively, just the way we like it. That's good. And I'm really glad you're here, Hyde. I wanted to apologize for the other night. I was so excited to see you, especially since it had been a while. But we ended up fighting with Bailey's instead. That is true. Alright, who am I closer friends with? Hyde. He's a supermodel. The fact that I've been blood sober for 10 years now. Ooh. You've been a venture capitalist? Hey guys, zup! What's up, Lucas? You might be getting bored of our arguments. It's alright, they're kind of fun to watch. I fucking love Hyde. How are things with you two, by the way? Just let me order before I answer, if that's alright, Mushra. Of course, what would you like? spent the whole day talking in meetings and presentations, so I have a bit of a sore throat. Dude, that's gonna be me tomorrow, because I'm talking for like 5 hours today, recording videos. Woo! Is there anything you'd recommend for that? Sorry, is there anything you'd recommend for that? I forgot to do voices. Definitely something with lemon and honey. Sounds great. I'd love a lemon honey drink, please. Lemon and honey, lemon and honey, lemon and honey, chocolate lemon and honey is what the thing is saying. Okay. Chocolate, lemon, honey. Brew it. Do it. I would have done a tea personally, but this is cool. Would you like this? Do you like this? Here you go. Some honey to soothe the lemon and sweat. Some honey to soothe, some lemon to boost recovery. Thanks, Dr. Mushra. Thanks. I'm not a doctor. Ah, this is truly lovely. Just what I needed. That's great to hear. My company's trying to get a big contract, so I've been organizing meetings with everyone, making sure it's all going according to plan. That sounds pretty tough. Yeah, it's a lot of responsibilities and decision-making. And part of me likes that, but part of me feels the pressure of it. So it's nice to be able to unwind with a warm cup. Anyhow, to answer your earlier question, Gala, you've probably gathered that Faye and I have been fighting. Yeah, and Hyde told me a little bit about it too. Right, well, we haven't discussed the wedding for the past couple of days, that's right. And honestly, it's done me a lot of good. The thing is, I know Bae means well. He suggests all these things that he thinks I'd like. And I should like them. He's paying attention, just not just sending random ideas. I should be grateful that he's trying to please me. But I get annoyed instead. And then I start feeling guilty that I'm annoyed, which makes me even more annoyed. So, it's not great, I know. Well, it'd be easier if we always acted rationally. If we only got annoyed at the right people for the right reasons. But things aren't that simple, are they? That's true. Although I guess if you figured out what actually annoys you, it would help. That's the problem, I'm not sure. At first I thought I was tired or worried. The decision-making at my job is taking a toll for sure. It's a bit hard for me to also deal with organizing things in my personal life. Also, the financial side of it is hard to navigate. I don't want Bae to spend too much money, but he's right that involving my family comes with strings attached. I'm not sure how to avoid that, though. But I'm realizing that might not even be the main issue. The more he sends me links to venues and caterers, the more it all feels wrong to me. Getting married? I don't mean the wedding itself, I want to get married to Bae. Okay. But the way we're planning it, I don't know. Just elope. Just elope and plan the party later. A wedding's just a party. Just have the party later. I've been to my friends' weddings before. I've also been browsing the most popular wedding pictures online. There are always these big parties, very put together, very classy. Is it because of the expectations, maybe? You have certain expectations for your wedding, but you feel like you can't do that, or it's not actually what you want, and so those ideas are conflicting? They have their whole families over, their friends and colleagues. They rent these beautiful barns and they hire live bands. They wear designer dresses and bespoke suits. I used to look at that and think, this is great, this is what I want. But now it all just feels more and more off to me. Why don't you tell your fiancé that? What if he thinks I'm getting cold feet? Communicate. If he loves you and trusts you and believes you and you're like, listen, I'm having an issue with this wedding planning thing because my ideas have changed. That's not, and he's like, are you getting cold feet? And you're like, I swear to you, I'm not. Then he should believe you, and if he doesn't, maybe you shouldn't give it a marriage. Just saying. Or that I'm questioning his ability to help with the budget. That's up to how you communicate, isn't it? Haha! Yes, it is. Right, but it's still a difficult topic. I mean, yeah, but if you're gonna get married, you gotta talk about difficult things. We've been through so much, you all know that. This is supposed to be our special day, a way to celebrate our partnership. Bae wants to honor that. He'll feel awful if he thinks I don't. Or if he thinks I don't trust him. I swear, you and your elf are well matched. You always worry so much about what others think, instead of working out your own wants and needs. Yeah. You do realize that's the important bit, right? I mean, generally, yes, I get that, but how does that apply here? What do you think it means to honor your partnership? To celebrate it properly, for starters? Right. And who are you in that partnership with? I believe you met him. You've met him, the blonde guy with the puppy eyes? Right. I'm glad you remember that, because you were making it sound like you were in a relationship with your friends who got married. And the strangers who put wedding pictures online. It's got a point, yo! This is your relationship you're celebrating. Why are you so concerned with other people's weddings? Your special day needs to make sense to the two of you. Have it in trainers at a fast food joint if that's what you like. That way you can also take the budget out of the equation. A simpler wedding won't feel shabby if you make it feel properly yours. Yeah, exactly. I still want a pretty outfit and decent food. Thank goodness. But point well taken. It's just... my family might have certain expectations. Fuck them! They're not... Fuck them! Fuck them! Listen. You guys had this issue in the first game, okay? Fuck your families. No offense. You can love them and that's fine, but fuck them. It's your relationship. Fuck them. Did they openly say that? No. Then maybe they do, or maybe you just think they do. Also, yeah, talk to them about that if you think that, because then if they have certain expectations and you like kind of don't want to surprise them, then be like, listen, look, I feel like you might have certain expectations. I'm not going to meet those expectations because this is what I want, so expect my wedding to be my way. Done. The only way to find out is to talk to them. Besides, isn't Bailey's also about to become your family? You sure are the only family he's got. Oh, that's true. I'm not saying to disinvite everyone or to fight with them or anything, but you shouldn't put their needs above your own. I really shouldn't, should I? You've given me food for thought. Thanks, Hyde. My pleasure. I think that's why I like Hyde, because he's very wise. Even though he's an asshole, he's very wise. And, like, he's very blunt. He says it like it fucking is, and he's, like, not afraid to be like, listen, you're being a fucking idiot. Listen to me. And I'm like, I love you, Hyde. I love it. I love you. But he is an asshole. I'd be friends with him. Amazing how you perk up when you give people advice, Hyde. You should be a consultant! Oh, or a therapist, sure. Maybe you should become a therapist. Ahem. Gee, thanks for the vote of confidence. I did say I might become a couples counselor, but I agree with what you all implied. I don't think I'm quite tactful enough for that. Are you looking to change careers, Hyde? Become a consultant, then you don't have to have tact. You can be a relationship consultant instead of a relationship therapist. I just realized I'm covering Gala. I'm so sorry, dude. He's bored of modeling. Finds it too impermanent. Wants to leave a mark. Wants to have fun. Just a very quick summary. Oh, I see. Well, is there any way you could make modeling fun again? I don't think so. Last time I had proper fun was maybe 20 years ago. What happened then? I was modeling a capsule collection for a young designer, and she wanted to take her own pictures. She got a studio, lugged the outfits there, found someone to do the makeup. Then she whipped out an old film camera, a proper relic. I hadn't seen one like it since the 60s, the camera obscura. My granddad has an old black and silver camera with 2 lenses. Was it something like that? Yep, exactly like that. She said she preferred it because of the way it captured the light, and also because it was a slower experience, something that would allow us to connect more. At first I didn't think much of it. I started doing the usual posing, switching, posing some more. But something felt different, then I realized what it was. Most of the time we were just talking. She only took a picture once in a few minutes, if that. Is that unusual? Yep, most fashion photographers take dozens of pictures in a row. I felt a bit sorry for her, to be honest. I thought she didn't know what she was doing and that she was wasting her money. But we had a great time and we got kind of friendly, I guess. Because at the end of it, she let me use up the remaining exposures. I fooled around, shot some random stuff, and one portrait of her. I mean, maybe you should become the photographer. Then she suggested I come with her to her darkroom. Watch how she developed the pictures and how they came out. You did always have a fondness for dark places. Comes with the territory. But as for the pictures, well, they were gorgeous. First of all, I looked really like me, you know? A me I could recognize. But that's not even what stuck with me the most. It's the care she put into processing each frame, working each picture through the chemical baths, hanging them, drying them. It was like watching a magic ritual. And her portrait. When she saw it, she got a bit emotional. She said she was used to being on the other side of the camera, and it was the first time she really liked a portrait someone took of her. Maybe you should be a photographer. Change the industry like that. I'm in a weird place these days. It's not like me to tell these kinds of tales. Or to launch into soppy monologues, really. Just forget it. No, I think it's a beautiful story. And it gives me an idea, I think, of another career for you. Please share, Louis. You'd be doing both of us a solid. I mean, he needs something creative, clearly. Hospital work is not it. Go on, then. Well, maybe it's because I've looked at so many of them recently. But apparently, film is making a big comeback for wedding pictures. It's what you said, it captures the light beautifully. And it's a more personal, slower approach. Maybe you could try that. Who, me? No, the other vampire who's looking for a new line of work. I think you've got the wrong guy here, Lua. I know I'm disgustingly sentimental these days, but I'm not that far gone. Attending one wedding gives me cavities, let alone several per month. Ah, well, forget about it then. Just become a photographer in general. No, don't forget about it at all. It would be perfect for you, come on, Hyde. I know you like to play strong and sarcastic, but you are sentimental. And you love to chat people up. You'd solve all the bridesmaids' drama and offend their parents. But most importantly, you'd do something for those people that they'll never forget. They'll look at your pics their whole lives. I'm just imagining Hyde, like, taking pictures and, like, talking to the bridesmaids and the parents are on the side, like, oh! That's so funny. If that's not leaving a mark, I don't know what is. I'd do it. Fucking do it, bro. You're assuming they won't get divorced. Who cares? I don't know if this is the right topic for Miss Lua. It's alright. I know some marriages end in divorce, but that doesn't change anything, does it? Whether a marriage lasts for a few months or several decades, the wedding is still an unforgettable moment in someone's life. That career in the mafia is really looking up. You're hopeless. I'm falling asleep on my chair now, so I'm gonna head back. Do whatever you want, you thick-skulled vampire. Just don't stay out too late, okay? Yeah, alright. That's my cue as well. I have some thinking to do. And maybe some talking. Thanks again, Hyde. And good luck. Hope your next adventure is a good one. It will be. Good night, Lua. Good night, Mushra. See you later. Good night, you two. Sup, Hyde. Here we go again. Last one sitting. Indeed, proper night owls. You didn't say anything about that wedding photographer idea. It's ridiculous, right? That's not for me to say, but I wouldn't call it ridiculous. Sounds like you enjoyed the whole film photography experience. And you do like being around people, don't you? I do sometimes, but I'm not a romantic. People get married, they think they're taking the first step into forever. Well, there's no such thing as forever. Everyone ends up disappointed in some way, and then next thing you know... I don't want to sound too depressing. So you don't believe in love? Of course I do, but only in a certain kind. You can choose to keep supporting someone to enjoy their company. You can do that for years with friends, family, lovers. But at the end of the day, you're still you, a separate person. You can do that in marriage, too. And they're still them. There's no two souls becoming one, not really. Not... That idea when it comes to marriage is fairly new, actually, because marriage has always been like a contract, you know? Trading services and goods and shit. Marriage is stupid. No offense if you're married. If you're married, congrats. Best of luck. Best wishes. I don't want to be married. But like, anthropologically, that's what marriages have always been. It's a trading, right? Usually it's like a woman for cows or sheep or whatever, which is messed up. And then like fairly recently, it's become like the like you marry for love and two souls intertwined and like all that is fairly new. I don't want to get married, but I do plan on being with my partner for like ever until we die, right? But I don't feel the need to be married. I feel like marriage now is more of a legal thing. It's a legal signing of things saying like, yes, this is the person that I'm strapped to forever. And unless I need that to be the case, I feel like being married is kind of pointless, but I understand why some people still want it. You know what I mean? So like, I'm not against marriage. I'm just against it for myself. I'm not interested. But I'm not like Hyde. I'm not like, oh, it's just gonna end in divorce and what's even the point? Like, People love each other. They get married. Whatever. If it works out, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Okay. I know. The one time I tried, it really didn't work out. But do you regret trying? No, I guess I don't. It confirmed for me that marriage and the like, it's never going to be my thing. And there's freedom in knowing that about myself. It's given me space to build other relationships that didn't work much better. Or that did work much better. But at the same time, when I see people who truly believe it, people who walk into it willing to share their lives so closely, even if for most of them it won't pan out, there's something beautiful there. Exactly! Like watching a butterfly fly too close to a flame. Well, that's a little... that's a little scarier, I think. Because I can just imagine the butterfly going whoosh, being on fire. No, but legit, like, I freaking love proposal videos. I cry all the time, especially when they're, like, really good ones. They're so fucking cute. And I'm like, I don't personally want that for myself, but I am so happy for the people in the video because they are so happy for it. Like, it's so... I love watching it. It's so cute. Also, weddings. Like, I love going to weddings. Like, I don't ever want to be married, but I freaking love weddings. Just the celebration of love and shit. I fucking love it. It's great. Weddings are awesome. Marriages are weird. I want a wedding. I don't want a marriage. Or a flower bloom. Or a flower bloom like it will never wilt. Well, in my case, I singed off my wings, but I'm still here. And on that day, for that minute when I said we'd be together forever and meant it, I sure felt alive. If you know all that, then you must also know that something's worth celebrating. It's something worth helping other people celebrate. You're a tricksy one, Miss Mushra. Sorry. And I'm too tired to fight your logic. I mean, that's kind of what Lua just said, and Orgala. I forget who said it. But that it's like, you don't have to be a romantic or believe in marriage or anything to be a wedding photographer. It's like you're just helping people celebrate the moment. That's it. So it doesn't really matter. That's part of why I was like, who cares? When he was like, I'm not really into it. I don't believe in that shit. It's like, who cares, dude? If it ends or if it doesn't end at some point, it's pointless. That doesn't matter. Anyways, which means it's time for me to head back. Of course, Mr. Hyde. And I meant to say, I appreciate our one-on-one chats. I hope we can keep providing you with a comfortable space here. Oh, it's plenty comfortable. Besides, well, what is this? New story? Guess where I am, because I sure as hell don't know. Ha 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 ha! Lua! Nice. It all boils down to this, doesn't it? The way time passes for me is very different from anyone else I know. Thank goodness, Gala is from a long-living species. But even then, he'll grow old before I do eventually. Aww. The world will change 100 times. Technologies will die out, new technologies will come. I will feel again the way I feel now in a century, maybe 2. And Lua and Gala won't be around to give me advice. Oh, that's so sad! The world won't wait for me. But you will, am I right, Mushra? Do you know our secret? That's very perceptive of you, Mr. Hyde. Hey, you've grown to know me quite well. It's only fair that I know you a little in return. I suppose that's true. So anyway, I'm looking forward to that, to continuing our story. It's nice to know that no matter how much time passes, there's always going to be someone here rooting for me. Thank you for your trust, Mr. Hyde. We will make sure it's not misplaced. I know you will. And on that note, I guess I'm going to browse for some film cameras. Yeah! Hell yeah, dude! Oh, yes, I'm so excited. Okay, what's new? Okay, nothing updated there. Oh. Riona, are you lost? Is he? What's the worst that can happen? Indeed. Take care of yourself, friend. And you as well. Yay! We're like super friends with Hyde. I love it. The world won't wait for you, Mr. Hyde, but some of us will. Ah! It's so good. I like that one. I fucking love this game. It's so good. It's so good. Thursday, September 28th, 2023. Okay. Who's gonna come in today? I don't know. New image recognition tech confuses gnomes with dwarves overview. So sad. Robots asked to give ultimate advice. Elven burnout is real. Here's how to avoid it. I mean, they do live for a while. What? Oh, I guess, yeah. I was gonna say, is Hyde gonna outlive, fucking Bailey's? But, because they said Bailey's lives for a long time, but I guess so, huh? Because he's a vampire. I wonder what the difference between lifespans are between all of the races and stuff. Or species. A girl always has her secrets. Uh-huh. Top of the morning to y'all. Hungover, but feeling awesome. Just spent almost 2 hours checking on the mobile games in the App Store. The amount of copycat games are just staggering. I know, right? I just saw another one for Merge Mansion, but it wasn't that. But it was like literally the exact same thing. But it was like this woman with her grandpa instead of a woman with her grandma. And I was like, hey, this is a copycat! I just see the Merge Mansion stuff all the time. No delivery today. We'll resume tomorrow. Aight. What about the story today? Top of the Ferris wheel. It was finally our turn to ride the Ferris wheel. She grabbed my hand tight, excitedly pulling me into the faded pink gondola. Her small hand felt cold on my skin. Before it was warm. The slightest touch of it used to warm my universe. It used to excite me. But when she pulled me into the seat beside her, it felt cold. I knew I was the one who had changed. I was the one who could no longer feel her warmth. The Ferris wheel finally moved. She stared up at the lake beside the wheel as we went upward slowly. Ferris wheel is amazing, right? I feel like it's taking us to a world separate from our own. A world for just the two of us, She began a conversation. I replied with a faint smile. Hey, pretty boy, want in on a secret? I love you. Her smile was so sincere. Is this the girl, that pretty bird, that story? Her smile was so sincere. It was painful to receive those words. I didn't say anything. I couldn't say anything. She didn't wait for a reply. A long silence passed as she turned back to the scenery, laid on the other side of the window. I knew she was hiding her face from me. The Ferris wheel was halfway to the top now, still climbing ever so slowly. I tried to find the words I wanted to say to her. What's the softest way to break someone's heart? Talk to them about it? We reached the top of the Ferris wheel when it stopped, like it was supposed to do. For a moment, our time was frozen on the tip of the world. Hey, can we talk? Words finally found the courage to come out of my mouth. I know exactly what you want to say. You've been holding it in for months now, right? That same sincere smile. She should have kept that smile for someone who could love her as she loved me. Not for someone who was about to break her heart. I'm sorry. I thought I was ready for this, but I was just pretending, silly. Silly, huh? It's not my fault, I'm sorry. She tried to fake a laugh. Her eyes were wet behind her glasses, bedewed by her tears. You deserve someone better, not me, I'm sorry. Hey, can you pretend a little bit longer too? At least, not up here, please. I cursed the universe for letting her love the wrong person. I cursed myself for letting her love me. The Ferris wheel creaked softly, signaling its movement. This time, downward. Dun dun dun! So in the first story, especially if it's the same person, because the girl in that other story called him pretty boy a lot, and he was like, damn, she's so cute, I wish that we could stay in this moment forever, and now he's like, I don't love you at all. That's kind of sad. Happens though. Good evening! Oh my god, my puppy is laying in this makeshift bed that I made for him. Oh, it's so cute. That's so cute. I have this C-shaped pillow that I'm not using currently, and so I just kind of rolled it so it makes like a weird little circle, and then I laid a blanket over it so that he would lay in here with me, because he likes to lay on the bed when I'm recording, but he's so cute right there. He's so cute. Officer, welcome. Hey, Mushra. How are you doing? Also, my mic is kind of bugging me because it's like really high up here. I'm just gonna adjust that a little. Sorry if you heard that. What's up, Georgie? Officer? Oh. Hey, sorry. My mind is kind of elsewhere right now. No worries, work issues? What else? I'm all ears if you want to chat. Heh, you're a pal. I'm in a real bind, Mushra. What happened? Well, never-ending workplace issues aside, things are getting weirder by the minute and I'm feeling out of my depth. Are you talking about your recent patrols? Yeah. I've been analyzing the CCT footage the last couple days. Oh, I see. How did that go? Did the cameras manage to capture anything? Yes and no. The infrareds caught a couple of blurry things. They ran off, turned a corner, disappeared. Could have been anything, like rats or cats or fairies, but neither fits with what I heard on the scene. The footsteps, you know, the laughter. Hey, come to think of it, sounded more like giggles. Giggles? Can werebeasts giggle? Not at that size, no, heh. Even if they could, it doesn't explain the footsteps, really. I see. Stories? You know why the satyrs from France are more musical than the ones from America? Because they have French horns! Sorry, not sorry. Ha 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 ha! You're so silly. I see. So what's next? I have some ideas, but they're just wild theories at this point. In short, I'm stumped. You know, Mushra? I've been racking my brain ever since Miss Riona dropped that bomb about the fairies, you see? Oh, what about them? As it turns out, fairies was an umbrella term for many types of beings. Anything that didn't fit the known physical rules at the time was to be referred to as such. Really? Oh, That doesn't mean banshees were part of... Does that mean banshees were part of the fairy folk? Probably. Not anymore, though. It's an ongoing process, but the list is getting shorter. But back then, any sentient being that was even remotely incomprehensible was considered that. And that includes apparitions. So ghosts, so it is ghosts. Apparitions? Yes. Apparitions like... Ghosts! Look at that face, my god. Ghosts! Ghosts! I see. Look at his spiky shoulders. What do you mean I see? Doesn't it sound like a bad joke to you? I'm not sure I follow. But, come on. Ghosts don't exist. Do they? Because if they do, I believe in them. All I can think about is that damn tree now. Right. The tree. Does that mean it's haunted? It could be. Ugh. Sorry, Georgie. Don't get how you could be so calm about this. Huh? Well... Why wouldn't I be? I mean, there have been all sorts of customers here. Some of them are so out of this world even. Sometimes literally. You're right. Does he know? Whoa. Tell me more. Tell me more, baby. Someone at the door? He hears something. My baby dog hears something. So a lot of things happened in that time that my dog barked. He barked, I checked the camera, no one was there. It's fine. And then he got crazy and picked up a piece of Bigfoot. He has this Bigfoot toy that he tore apart. He grabbed the leg of Bigfoot that has been torn off. And he started playing with it, and then he farted. Anyways. Does he know about Silver? Because if he knows about Silver, do you think he is, like, legally obligated to tell the agent if he ever runs into the agent about Silver? I can't remember if he and Silver have ever met. I don't think they have, but I can't remember. I guess you're not the one who's being weird here. Don't say that. Everyone has their own peccadillos. Peccadillos? True that. If you don't mind telling me, though, may I ask the reason why you're so afraid of ghosts? Gosh, no. That's a long story. Not something I'm ready to talk about anyway. That's understandable. All you need to know is my fear was never caused by actual ghosts. Oh? Suggestion is a very powerful thing, Mushra. But that's all I'm willing to share for now. Okay, thanks for sharing. You know, it's funny. My grandpop was very into this stuff. So is my daughter. They're like my opposites, very curious and fascinated by the unknown. Me too. Not that I'm not, mind you. It's just that with my time as a cop and all, unknown variables usually means trouble. I see. That makes sense. My dog is crazy. They're the kind of people who could see things from nothing. And I mean that in the best way possible. Like, you know the Zen Rock Garden thing from Japan? They understand the zenness of it. I don't, but that doesn't stop me from thinking it's chill, you know? I think you almost got it. Yeah? But I'm sure he and my daughter could talk about it for hours. Too bad he passed away before she was born. Maybe he got reincarnated into her. Dun dun dun! Sorry to hear that. Don't be. On that note, Bushra, you've seen my lighter, right? I'd say I'm pretty well acquainted with it now, yes? My bad. That thing was originally my grandpa's. He bought it sometime after the war ended. It was to commemorate the upcoming new era, he said, in more ways than one. He got honorably discharged due to a severe leg injury he'd never be able to recover from. At the time, he was living right across the street from the former town hall. For obvious reasons, he couldn't walk far. It was a good location for him with all the veteran support nearby and all. Right. Now about that street. You see, my grandpa liked to chat. He never liked being alone, that guy. Plus, he pretty much hated his bleak room. So sometimes he'd go to hang out with the street vendors in front of his place. There were all kinds of beings there, along with their pets, from all walks of life. That's why he had a lot of stories about the craziest things. Ah, I see. You see, the street's name just came to my mind last night. Can you take a guess what it was? Or what it is? You mean... Bourne Street, uh-huh. Wasn't called that before, that's why the whole thing didn't click for me straight away. But I went through his files and it checks out. Does that mean the vendors he was talking about? Bingo. And you know what? He bought the lighter there. Wow, what a coincidence. Legit. Are you sure it's the only coincidence? What do you mean? Come on. Ain't no way there's just coincidences, Mushra. Everything's lining up too perfectly, if you ask me. Uh-oh. Think about what's happened so far. It was my team that found out about the vandalism before they dumped the whole case on me. Then my car was hit, out of everyone's. Right? Then my luck started tanking. The broken mug, the fan, the black cat. There's tons of weird stuff happening in the past week alone, you see. Right? Then one thing led to another. My team was chosen to lead the investigation. And tell me, who's in charge of the case? Me. Then there's the Banshee lady, your patron, with some information I wouldn't have thought of. The dead tree stuff, the fairy market, information I wouldn't even have remembered on my own. Right? And now we know why I kept losing my lighter, right? How are they not connected? Tell me. Well, if you list them all in order like that, I'm telling you, Mushra, that place is calling for me. The case was made for me. But they really picked the wrong guy. I'm just really bad at dealing with spooks. They make me question everything I've ever known, you know? But I've always thought you're pretty good at handling ambiguity, officer. Not when it comes to supernatural stuff. Because we don't know enough about what's real and what's not. What will they do? Will they hurt us? Only one way to find out. Do they bring bad luck? Good luck? What's the truth? Who knows? Maybe you should take a day off and catch up on your sleep. Huh? What's that? No, nothing. You know, another patron of mine suggested a documentary to watch. Yeah? The focus was on interesting drinks from around the world. You could find everything from the mundane to the extreme, from local comforts to really special stuff. And I kept thinking one particular drink might interest you. Oh? It's something like a protection drink. It's made of coffee, honey, lemon, and a slew of other ingredients. Huh. Protection from what, though? From evil spirits and bad luck, I think. Maybe it'll help ease your mind a bit. Ah, gotcha. But Mushra, even if the whole situation is haunted, there shouldn't be any evil spirits. Right? I wouldn't know. But I might need your lighter. What for? Well, the drink needs to be lit up. I just think your lighter might give that extra magic boost it needs. Compared to just a regular flame, I mean. What are you gonna make me anyway? Nah, I trust you. Here. Officer Georgie's lighter. It exudes an interesting feel. It's because it's haunted. He has a haunted lighter. Okay then, make me this magical drink you've learned, Mushra. What the fuck did he say it was? Coffee, honey, lemon. Okay, coffee, honey, lemon, bruh. Ooh, look at that animation. Kimada? Oh shit! No, I forgot your lighter. Ah, no! Can I give you back your lighter? Here you go. Oof, careful. Dang, Mushra, this is really something else. You sure it's okay to drink? I have no idea, but I'll take responsibility if anything happens. Dude, I forgot to give you back your lighter. This is my brain. This is my brain all the time. I completely forgot that I even had it. Ha. Eh. I'm just being silly, aren't I? Sorry for bothering you with all this stuff, Mushra. You even made me this crazy drink to make me feel better. Remind me about your lighter, please. Don't say that. I'm always happy to help you help however I can. Thanks. Man, at least with crooks you can actually deal directly with them, you know? Not the case with apparitions. Not with that attitude. Huh? Who the fuck are you? Everything can be caught with a little elbow grease. Not actually elbow grease. I won't make that mistake again. McQueen? Is that you? Hello, Williams. It's been a while. It is you. The surprises just keep coming this week. Let me go over there. You know each other? More or less. We were brunch buddies. Brunch buddies? Brunch buddies. I feel like I meant to say brunch buddies in the same serious tone. But I don't like to talk about it. I still get nightmares. I feel ya. I wasn't sure we were gonna make it out alive. We were truly the lucky ones. Without a doubt. I'll just take both of your words for it. Good. Because I don't like to talk about it. So what brings you here, detective? Surely not the coffee. Secret police reasons. I've not read the briefing yet. But enough about me. Tell me about your supernatural problem. Yeah? Dude, the lighter! You need to bust a ghost? Oh, well, busting might be a bit much. I was just talking to Mushra about getting over my fear of that stuff. And ghosts? Something like that. I'm weak against ghostly-looking stuff. I get freaked out easily. For example, I admit I got a little spooked by what happened on Bourne Street the other day. Ah, I remember that. I know very well that unchecked fear leads to prejudice. That's why it's a no-no in my book. It even pains me to admit that out loud. Sometimes the toughest case to crack is ourselves. Other times it's ghosts. How did you do it, detective? Your cases, man. I'd have probably lost all my hair by now if I were you. I try not to think about it all that much. And when I do think about it, I think, who else will do it? Nobody, that's who. Yeah, that makes sense. Readjusted my body. You know, once you get over the dead part, they're just like you and me. Look. I remember this one case. We were investigating a haunted apartment. Really? Oh, you okay? My dog just tried to bark and then choked. He was like, "Bah." Oi, what are you doing? What do you think you're doing? Talking to the whole neighborhood like this. The lady, her husband had recently passed. Or sorry, this lady, her husband had recently passed away, but wasn't moving, if you get on my drift. Real deadbeat, couldn't take a hit. Anyway, we had to go in and exorcise the place, right? But the husband, he's caught wind and he's retreated into the basement. I won't get into the technicalities of it, but it's harder to get a ghost out of a basement or an attic. It's all about angles, really. I mean, I get it. That used to be his home and all his stuff is still there. It's hard, I get that. So I'm slowly going down the stairs. I try to coax him out. Bam! Next minute all this romantic music is playing and the whole place is lit by spotlight. Basic sensory illusions, classic ghost tricks. Then, before I know what hit me, I'm sitting at the pottery wheel and he's behind me and... Wait. Is this the plot of the 1990 film Ghost? Oh. Maybe? We had a movie night and we're gonna toast off before it started. The story must have slipped into my subconscious. Sorry if I'm moving. Weirdly, my dog is handing me his toy. Give me that toy. Gimme! And he's tugging on it. Oh, God. Gosh, you strong. Riveting. Give me your toy. What? Are you guys getting bigger and bigger? What is happening right now? Who are these people? Hey, detective. Hey, people I don't know. Did you get your important errand sorted? I sure did. Oh, God. Julie, I can see the crumbs stuck to your face. That's just the rain. It's very ready rain. There's a filling all over your top. That's blood from a gunshot wound. It's healed up, though. You're literally holding the receipt from a donut shop. That's why they pay you the big bucks, detective. So, what did I miss? We're talking about getting rid of Officer Williams' fear of ghosts. Hey! Ghosts. Yeah, you're afraid of them, right, Dooley? No idea, never met one. We stopped a ghost riot. Pfft, ghosts aren't real. So, you don't need to be scared of them, easy. There you go, I guess. Can you give me your toy? Thank you. Sorry, that wasn't much help. Nah. Well, you said that they're just like us. That's a good thing to be reminded of. Exactly. They used to be alive, just like us. Ah. As long as they don't try to eat, possess, violently murder you, you should be fine. Very reassuring. Just talk to them. Feel their culture, listen to their issues and spectral wails. Treat them like any other person. See what's on the inside. Which should be easy since you can see through them. Oh, you didn't believe in ghosts. Are they ghosts? It's best not to overthink anything he says. I certainly don't. Well, thanks for the advice. I think it'll help. Our pleasure. Now, Dooley, I think we should read the case briefing and find out why we're here. Already did. Oh? Turns out we were meant to arrest the person driving that taxi. Instead of taking it all the way to Seattle, yes. Why? The driver was a chupacabra. Okay, let's get out of here, Dooley. Good luck, officer. Thanks, McQueen, a lot. You too, Officer Dooley. Bye-bye, guy. Good luck with your rat problem or whatever. Bye, coffee wizard. Take care. They were so random. That was so random. That was quite something. Well, what do you know, Mushra? Looks like my good luck is back. I'm feeling like $1 million now. I'm very glad you do. Thanks anyway, Mushra. I really did nothing much. Are you going to be okay? Okay enough to start thinking about what to do next. Lighter? I'm done here for the night. You have a good evening, alright? No, your lighter! I forgot your lighter, please! I really wish there was an option to, like, give them an item before they leave, if, like, in case we fucking forget. Because I keep forgetting that that's even a thing. Ugh! Anyways, please keep me updated, officer, and stay safe. Will do. Alright then. Maybe I'll go check stock in another person. Riona! Miss Riona, welcome. Whoops. Hello. How's the traffic out there? It's a mess. There's construction work taking place on Lenora Avenue. Oof. I can't imagine the gridlock already. Fortunately, I have no deliveries to make today. That's great. Yeah, I saw the post. That's great. I'm happy you're here. So, anything I can make for you this evening? I'd like something for my throat. I would appreciate a cup of tea infused with some lemon and a touch of honey. Alright, chugari. So, tea, lemon, and honey. She didn't specify any kind of tea, so I'm just doing regular tea. Midsummer night's dream. Here we go. Now I have Get Over It stuck in my head. The movie. Specifically the Midsummer Night's Dream song that's in Get Over It. Have you guys seen that movie? Is it from 98 or 2001? It's like late 90s, early 2000s. Get Over It. It's got Kirsten Dunst in it. And fucking that dude. Oh god, I can't remember. Anyways, it's got dudes in it that are more well known, but it's got Kirsten Dunst in it. And it's really funny. It's got Cisco in it, and Mila Kunis is in it. I'm blanking on the other dude who's an asshole who fakes his accent, but it's a really stupid, funny movie. It's great. Do people still know who Cisco is? He was a one-hit wonder, wasn't he? Cup of warm Midsummer Night's Dream for you, miss. That's what we call it here. How whimsical. It's wonderful. Sweet but well balanced with lemon, and a slight bitterness of the tea completes the taste. Thank you. You're so very welcome. By the way, you just missed Officer Georgie by a few seconds. Is that so? How is he? He's been thinking about what you said quite a bit, actually. Oh? He's currently dealing with plenty of clues he isn't used to. That's why he's hard at work at the moment. I see. Bad traffic aside, how are you? To be honest, I've had a lot on my mind of late. And I don't know how to express it without sounding pathetic. You know I'm all ears. That may actually be part of the problem, I'm afraid. Pardon? You know, I've held conversations with more individuals over the past week than I have in the past few years. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's troubling. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I don't mean it necessarily in a negative way. It's just, I used to believe that I had had a settled life objective. But I've been doubting it lately. How come? I finally heard back from Miss Rachel yesterday. Ooh, Rachel! Ooh, any good news? No. Our fields are admittedly quite different, so I was not expecting much. However, she provided me with some contacts who may be of assistance, even though they had no direct connection to the audience I'm trying to reach. I see. She explained clearly why she thinks I should contact them, however, which I was thankful for. That's very thoughtful of her. So what's the battle plan? And why are you doubting yourself? In essence, the advice is to slowly increase my network to make myself known. Oh? It sounds familiar, doesn't it? You can probably guess my concern about it. I think so, but you could give me a refresher, just so I don't misunderstand. I feel like that would be a shortcut, so to speak. Right. She did, however, remind me of an important and humbling fact. What would that be? Well... Oh, but it's not guaranteed you'll get anything out of it, don't you think? Unless you're really, really sure the so-called shortcut is 100% gonna work. Because you'll have to do way, way more than just making a few calls and waiting for callbacks, you know? Yeah, I'd say that's a decent impression of her. Thank you. Oh, I totally didn't do a good impression of her, but whatever. After that, she told me a story about her early career experiences, both good and bad. Getting noticed is truly only the beginning. Then it's either a matter of letting your talent speak for you, or you go out there to develop connections with the right people. Even then, there's still no guarantee of success. After listening to her explanation, I respect Miss Rachel's determination. I can certainly see how it worked out for her. But then I was left wondering whether Mr. Lucas meant something similar during our first meeting. Right? I thought it all sounded familiar. Will you try her suggestion then? I don't know. Is it difficult? No more difficult than sending reels to every audition I've come across. And being rejected by every single one. But for some reason I feel conflicted about it. Speaking of Mr. Lucas, he and I have also continued our correspondence. Although, perhaps it was more like a necessity? Did something happen? He was stuck? Pardon? Actually, he posted about it on social media last night. Yeah, I mean, he said he was lost. He was like, I don't fucking know where I am, and she's like, are you stuck somewhere? Oh? I might have seen it. I definitely saw it. Did you? I came across it when I was updating my schedule and responding out of concern. Then he called me almost immediately. He was loud and drunk apparently because he's hungover today. All sounds in order. And extremely drunk. Yeah, he was. Really? He denied it at first. But it was too obvious to not notice. He told me he was walking aimlessly deep in thought and entered Cary Park without realizing he'd done so. Must have been some deep thinking he was doing because I think it rained pretty hard last night. Well, I wouldn't know. The bus to and from there is currently not operating after 10 p.m. Which is why I sent him a message informing him of the fact, as he seemed to be unaware of it. Right? So he called me to ask if there was any other mode of public transit nearby. Wouldn't it have been easier for him to just call a cab? He told me he wanted to know the city better. At midnight? Why not? After all, you operate your business after dark yourself. Touché. Perhaps he just didn't want to go home yet. And I might be mistaken here, but I thought he doesn't like drinking. Wasn't it partying? Nevertheless, I think last night was quite different. It appears he had dinner with his team. Yeah, I saw that too. And he needed the extra courage in order to negotiate with them about his proposed new direction. Did he get rejected? Oh. I see. Or did they not take it well? I suppose it didn't go as expected. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Perhaps. And I know that feeling all too well. However, he said he will keep negotiating until they reach a compromise. That's good. Is it though? Miss Rachel told me about the hoops she had to jump through at the beginning of her career with her teammates as well. Likewise, Mr. Lucas has to work hard to obtain approval from his team for his actions. I just... How can they still be so positive? What do you mean? I just cannot picture myself convincing others to give me a chance like that. I almost wanted to ask, why do we have to be at the mercy of others in order to succeed or fail? Can't talent speak for itself? But if I truly believed that, with the number of rejections I have received so far, I should have stopped a long time ago, shouldn't I? Right, that's why it doesn't work that way. What do you mean? To let talent speak for itself, we would all have to have the same standards. I see what you mean. Art would cease to be art if it were standardized, wouldn't it? However, doesn't that imply that everything still depends on the whims of the individuals judging you at that moment? How does someone like Miss Rachel or Mr. Lucas manage to be fine with that? Perhaps because they don't see it as the be-all and end-all. What do you mean? Rather than viewing them as judges with the authority to determine their fates, perhaps they simply see them as hills to either overcome or avoid, if that makes sense. Just a matter of perspective as to where the power lies. But it's not easy to climb those hills, especially if you've never done it before. Therefore, it's good to try and find out what works for you, or ask for guidance or assistance even. That's not cheating. That's not a shortcut. Because one can't possibly know every single way to overcome obstacles, or be able to safely recognize warning signs without first learning about them from others. Is that what you're trying to say? I see. Still. Miss Riona? Ah, yes. Sorry, I got a bit lost in my thoughts. You're fine, I promise. But speaking of Mr. Lucas, what happened to him after the call? I picked him up and drove him home. Whoa. But I thought you're located in Bellevue. I am. But I still had unfinished business in the downtown area. Moreover, he suddenly began singing quite loudly nearing the end of our call, which led me to conclude that it would be best for me to go and fetch him. I see. How was his singing, in your opinion? It wasn't too bad. If not for the fact that he was screaming most of the lyrics, that is. Well, his hoodie was soaked when I arrived, so he had to take it off before getting into my car. Thankfully, the water did not completely soak through to his shirt, so he remained relatively dry. However, I still had to lay down the seat covers as his fur got rather wet. That's right, because he doesn't wear pants. How funny. Ah. I hope he didn't get sick then. If he did, he can come in. I'll get him a little sicky tea thingy with the mint and the lemon and the honey. Aside from all that, was he okay? Considering the situation you mentioned earlier, I mean. Well, he happily asked me to do karaoke with him, which I declined. Probably for the best. Could have been entertaining, though. Probably could have been. I ended up taking him for a drive, though. I needed to take care of my unfinished business. A late night delivery? No, I was buying a pie. At midnight? Yes. Why? Concerned you may have a competitor? No, not at all. Maybe a little bit. Oh, Mushra, you will be fine. I sort of want to know just so I can inform Officer Georgie about it. Oh, why? His daughter loves pies. When his car was vandalized, Officer Georgie had planned to buy pies for his family's get-together, but the report took a while and the weather was bad. And by the time he was able to get a taxi, he thought everything was already closed. I see. But he takes pride in being a Seattleite. He's a satellite, sorry. So I wonder if he knows about it already. Well, it is a very small kiosk attached to a pub, very easy to miss. The spot is known as Disco Pie, hell yeah, and it serves fresh pies until 1 a.m. Interesting. Good to know, thanks. Getting back to the story, though. You both went for pies, then? Yes, and that seemed to fascinate him for some reason. What did you each get? He ordered a slice of warm apple crumble with a scoop of French vanilla ice cream on top. And a large cup of piping hot coffee with a little bit of milk. He should definitely drink some water also. Ouch. I feel betrayed, truly. Oh. But it was my suggestion, since I thought he needed to warm up. Double ouch. I apologize. I'll live. Little piece of advice, though. A glass of warm water might have been better for the inebriated. Yep. Coffee's not the best at retaining fluids and thus preventing hangovers. Oh, that's really good information to know. Yeah, I mean, it's a diuretic, so, like, you'll like, poop a lot, probably, and maybe even pee a lot, but, like, it doesn't... Caffeine... From what I can remember, part of the reason why people get caffeine headaches isn't... It's because it dehydrates you. So, it's super not good to have... You want to drink water with the alcohol, because if you drink the caffeine, it's just going to make it worse in the morning, so... Like, coffee potentially is good to, like, sober you up and get more clear in the head, but it's not very good for, like, not being hungover the next day. This is why you are the best barista, Mushra. Thank you. No prob. Okay, my feelings are hurt slightly less now. And what did you get for yourself? I had a slice of hibiscus blueberry mint pie of myself. Ooh, I can make that into a drink. And just so you know, I did not order anything to drink. Good. Drinks aside, what an interesting combination for a pie. How did you like it? I enjoyed it. You serve hibiscus here too, don't you? I'll remember to order it next time. Please do. I can make that into a pie. Hibiscus, mint, and tea. I mean, and mint and fucking... Shit, I already forgot what it was. Anyways, blueberry. Right? Or something? And so we continue our conversation afterwards. That was when he told me he had not given up on his goal despite many disappointments with his team. He also told me why he doesn't drive at all. Really, why? Ah, it is a secret. It's okay, you don't have to tell me. On second thought, it may be better to hear the story directly from him. Another time. I apologize. No problem, I understand. We also discussed quite a few things we have in common. Really? Yes, surprisingly. And before we knew it, it was already nearing 5 a.m. Damn! What a date you guys had! Must have been a gripping conversation. I'm not sure. However, his exhaustion seemed to finally catch up with him then, so I drove him home. Were you tired as well? No. I don't sleep. I should go now. Alright, will you be okay? I have a lot to think about. Thank you for being patient with my concerns, Mushra. No problem at all, anytime. Have a good evening then, Mushra. Come back again soon. It was such an awkward ending, but that's cool. She's just talking and then she's like, I should leave. I'm gonna go. Okay, bye. Anyways, that will be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!